The beauty of a mark being in the mark and not in what the marks are allowing you to depict. I just started appreciating what paint was in a different way, and I don't know. I feel like since then I've approached paint in a completely different way. Like I like the mess of it. I feel like everything I paint is usually kind of, I don't know, dripping and splattered and running. I don't know. I like the process more than the final piece.
This is Talk of the City. I am Lacey B, and I am here with my favorite artist, Mr. Ayo Scott.
How you doing?
Good, good. Y'all, I'm ready to dive in. You are so laid back and chill. It's a level I aspire to get on. How do you do it?
Medication, maybe? No. Honestly, like trying to align things in my life and trying to be a conduit for good in others. Like I really see a lot of what I do is really like kind of channeling for other people.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just talking about chill vibe, and he's just emanating all of that goodness and all those other things, and that's what I mean about him. When you get to be around Ayo, he's just like chill. And I'm on a 10 all the time. My producer can tell you. So it's really, really cool to be in this space and be here with you.
Thank you, likewise.
As you guys can see, we are in the studio. He has invited us into his space. Can you see it? Now, this is your original art around us, right? Mm-hmm. But I wanted to really talk about how you came to really find your groove in the arts, because from my research, you started off college, what, pre-med? Mm-hmm. So what happened? Because we would have been calling you Dr. Scott. So what's up?
No time. Nah. Not biochemistry, organic chemistry is really what happened. I did great in all my biology classes. I enjoyed them. I got really good grades in them. All of my chemistry classes, on the other hand, were complete struggles. And organic was required in the major, and I was not looking forward to it. At that point, I was like, what could I probably do a lot better in? And I was avoiding art for a long time, like growing up with a father who's a professor of art, and knowing the seriousness with which he took his craft. I was not trying to have to put myself in that situation. I was not trying to fill those shoes. Those were huge shoes to fill. Like you had to take an art class at a liberal arts college, and I took drawing with my dad. My sisters were all freaking out, like, none of us took dad's classes on purpose. And I think I got a C or D in his first class. I had to take some. I mean, the art department was not that big at Xavier, so I didn't really have a choice but to be in some of his classes. And he was definitely hard on me, but I think I'm better for it. Yeah, it's tough having your dad as a...
Dad gave you a C or D?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, he was like, he had the reputation, people used to joke and say, oh, he would fail his mama. And I was like, yeah, he definitely would have. Like, mom wasn't doing the work. But yeah, I think that I'm more critical in a lot of ways because of it, and able to take more criticism in some ways, which can help you to develop as an artist. At school, I was in school for human-centered communication design. I still wasn't trying to be an artist, per se. And when my dad passed, my dad used to write me letters when I was in grad school, like hand calligraphy drawn, like beautiful letters. I have one in an envelope you guys can get some footage of, you can actually share if you like. But my dad wrote me like letters, like 2 or 3 a week, and beautiful, beautiful letters. I was always seeing him creating. He was always telling me about what he was doing in the studio. He's always showing me some new thing, he like learning how to use Photoshop and like collaging in his letters and all kinds of wild stuff. But when my dad passed away, I had a void of like this constant flow of brilliance and creativity. And I think I just started making out of the void of like missing him in that way. And it made me realize like how much practice I had not been doing in my craft at all. Like I've always loved painting, but I was never a good painter. I mean, it's like I love playing basketball. I was never good at that shit. I was always on the bench. But still, like there's something that I enjoyed doing so much that I was happy to take time to learn to get better at it. But like in my painting classes in college, I love my painting teacher. He's still my mentor till this day, but I feel like I didn't really learn to paint because I didn't learn to practice then. He taught me a lot, but most of it was probably over the years later.
Time off to from your studies to focus on those victims. Now, it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that when Katrina happened, you took some more time off, but out of that, rediscovering New Orleans in the time where we saw a lot changing, that your Know Your Designs, is that when it came about? So I have on one of his shirts, but I'm gonna let you tell them about how Know Your Designs came up, and I would love for you to tell the audience about the shirt I have on.
So Know Yo is a combination of me and my city. My friends call me Yo, N-O for New Orleans, Y-O for me. And when I was living in Chicago and Katrina hit the city, before they were letting people back into the city, I had designed a fleur-de-lis with these roots coming out of it that I wanted to get as a tattoo. I was homesick. I was like anxious to get back to the city. And when I designed this tattoo for myself, I was like, man, I think on a t-shirt some people might fuck with that. Like I think that people might mess with it. So I decided to start like doing pre-orders and like see how many people like mocked it up on a little t-shirt, send it to people, like what do you think, just email it to friends. And like I got enough people who asked for some that I hand printed to raise money to actually get the first batches of shirts done. And like a friend of mine and I built this from nothing, and my best friend Mark like helped me to put this entire thing together. And he unfortunately passed away in 2013. And after he passed away, I really didn't have much of the same desire to run the design part of the company. But the whole clothing line was really about the culture of the city. The way we talk, the food we eat, just the spirit of the city as a whole was really like the point of it. So the shirt that you have on was the Congo Square Cruise. This was one of our limited editions. I see you have on number 46.
You see?
Every shirt that we did was a one of a kind. So we took the images of the cruise. We took the images of the slave ships, but we replaced each of the individuals that would have been on there with a king cake baby. If you're not from New Orleans, you're not familiar, it's a very, very local thing. It's a part of our carnival tradition. It's a plastic toy that you find inside of a cake that's only made at a certain time of year. And the whole backstory you could Google, but it's something special to the culture of New Orleans. I wanted to talk about the Catholic side of the city and the carnival side of the city and the African side of the city all kind of meshed together into one idea. And when I look at a slave ship, like the documents of these ships, I imagine that person, that number 4 from the top, could have been my great, 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 however many grandfather. And I think it humanized the experience a bit more than just looking at this like, oh man, it's messed up how many people they shoved into that space. So in thinking about that, I wanted to think about like what it would be like to make someone, when they look at that image, be looking at a different person each time, and to number that, to really kind of make that a one of a kind. So on the shirts, one of the king cake babies is a different color on each shirt. There's a red one here. In this size, there's only one red one in that spot. In that size, like any other ones in that spot would have been a different color. And then there are other ones so we swapped it out for each one. It was kind of fun working on a process to make each shirt slightly different without breaking the system. But that's one of my favorite shirts.
Thank you so much for coming. Before we get out of here, what I'm going to ask you to do is just give it straight to the camera. Tell them your name and tell us you're watching Talk of the City.
Ayo Scott, and you're watching Talk of the City.